Hey guys, welcome to another review. I'm here with my good buddy, Nick Wood. He's a fellow reviewer of mine that likes to go with me a lot to movies. He was not with me, however, to see Emoji. So he didn't suffer like that.
Got a slight pass on that one.
But so we decided to go see Dark Tower today. His second time seeing it, my first. So basically it's about a kid named Jake who finds a portal to another world. It's like separate worlds and stuff. Idris Elba plays the gunslinger that he also sees visions of, and he also sees vision of a man in black played by Matthew McConaughey. This is based off of some Stephen King books. I personally have not really read any of these books. In fact, I've not really read Stephen King, really.
I find him brilliant, but it doesn't always transcend into movies. But
yeah. Yeah, there's been several Stephen King adaptation movies, which this was one. We're getting another one in a month or so.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Some of his movies actually are pretty damn good. A lot of them are really bad. I would say Dark Tower falls in the middle.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I mean, I didn't hate it and I didn't love it, so.
But that's also coming from guys that have not read the series.
Correct.
Now, from what I've heard, this is like a mashup.
There are 8 books.
Of some books into this one film. I don't think that's the best way to start it. Also, there was a lot of complaints about Idris Elba being casted as the gunslinger, mostly because of his look. I'm sorry to say, but apparently Matthew McConaughey actually was like the right look as the character is described in the book. But, you know, I think he's solidly the next best part of the movie. He's usually the best part in a movie, if it's good or bad. I thought the young kid that played Jake actually had pretty good range.
Yeah, I really liked him. He was one of the surprises for me. Usually the kid kind of sucks, but I actually thought he was pretty good.
Yeah. But here's also one big downside is that those are the two that I think are developed really at all. And a big concern for me going into this was Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black, because to me he's either really good at a stoner kind of just, yeah man, or some kind of, you know, druggy that has like a redemption quality to him, or in True Detective, which I think is his brilliance. But I don't see him ever as a villain. I just don't think he portrays that and gives that off. So that was my biggest concern going into this, actually. And I think I was slightly right. There's only one scene I thought that he was pretty damn entertaining, which, I mean, it's not a plot device or nothing, but he's just cooking in a kitchen. He's cooking chicken. That's when I see the Matthew McConaughey-ism coming out. But I didn't really find him that threatening. And again, there's just no development of him under the fact that he's the evildoer, and the fact that he's a sorcerer, but he also uses technology. Didn't really get if that's in the book. Yeah, it should be there, but that just didn't really ring. Another low point I heard about was the fact that this is a very short movie. If you're cramming a series into one, it should probably be like 2 to 2.5, because there's a lot. And that's the thing, there's a lot of ideas explored in this. They're gone like that. But again, this is also coming from people that don't read the books. I have a really good quality, I think, of not really reading that many books, because then when I see the film, I'm not that upset, usually. But this just felt like a start of a series that started off wrong. Do you have any personal concerns or appreciations.
Some of the action sequences were pretty cool, like Idris's the bullets and everything. That was pretty cool.
But that didn't happen until the end.
Yeah. It was obviously, you said it was short, so it was hurried. A lot of the scenes were, what I heard when it was actually true, because I've seen it twice now, they were really dark and you couldn't see a lot. But Idris Elba I thought was great. Definitely the bright spot of the movie. A lot of the fight scenes seem kind of hurried too.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. The film had really good potential. I wasn't disappointed with it, but I really didn't love it. So it's definitely going into the okay movies of 2017 for me.
Yeah. This is still actually, no matter what, still going to become a TV series.
Yeah, and then it made you think of it as actually become an 8-part series, because there's actually 8 books. So I don't. Matthew McConaughey said in a recent interview that they didn't know how many movies they were going to do. So obviously he won't. Ooh.
And then like another kind of adaptation that is really well mixed is Watchmen, but that's still becoming a TV series on HBO. Speaking of which, Jackie Earle Haley is in this.
Yeah, I know. I had no idea, and then I saw him. I was like, oh my god, came out of nowhere. So,
but guess what? His character's just brushed off too.
Yeah.
In fact, there's one sequence that happens with him and Idris Elba, and like he falls and something happens. I'm like, huh? I mean, it's kind of cool, but how did that work? But it's also, there's a tower and stuff. I was happy, however, that one of my predictions didn't happen, which was that the tower was going to get destroyed and a giant portal beam was destroying the world, and I would have been fucking upset.
We were talking about the kid. I was really connected to that kid. He kind of reminded me of me, because actually I used to draw, but I wasn't as near as good as that kid. That kid was awesome, and then it was cool to see his, what are they, the visions, and he had what do they call it, what was his power called?
Oh, well, that's the other thing. There's several references to other Stephen King novels. Shine.
Yes.
Shining.
Yes.
That was the thing I started doing throughout the film, was I was counting how many references I was seeing.
And
Pennyworth, Chikujo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like a lot of the surroundings too. Like the dark woods, I really like. I mean, I didn't like a lot of the dark stuff, but the dark woods, and then like a lot of the demon stuff. I thought some of that stuff was cool. So again, wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't horrible. So, well, I'll get you rating first.
Okay. Well, and another quick reference that I don't know if you caught, but did you see the poster from Shawshank?
No, I didn't.
It was really fast, but I saw it. I was like, "Hey, Shawshank!" No, that's a good movie.
Okay. Well, again, I'm probably gonna end up getting it on DVD, so I'll see it then.
This falls under it. Clearly had potential to be something good. I just don't know if everybody was on board with this is the way that they should make this film. And I don't know how Stephen King has felt about it. Like, the only thing we've seen lately that he's talked about any recent thematic of his work is it. But
a couple weeks.
Again, how do we know that was really how he felt? Because it kind of looked like it was scripted. But he also hates The Shining. He loves Death Race most of all. So I can't really consider his as critique. I mean, whenever it was Elba and a kid, it was the most entertaining and most interactive, and also funny. When they come back to this world, that's when the film is the best to me, because it's also very funny.
Yeah. The hot dog part was good. I'm not gonna ruin that either, but that was good.
But that was at the very end, after all the shit went down. But that's the thing. All that stuff picks up, and I like it the most at the end. Everything before that is just
crammed
and just served to you. And only 2 characters in this are really developed. Matthew, I didn't really buy as a bad guy, even though I could tell he was having fun. But it's not bad. It's not great. I'm gonna give it a C, and I would say I'm not planning on buying it.
about in the same department. Probably give it a C plus. That's probably where I'm at. Like I said, the kid and Idris Elba. Idris Elba, I will go see. He's mixed, but I will go see anything he's in just because I love him as an actor. So.
Okay, and one last thing. This has nothing to do with the film. I want to know, because I'm hearing two different sources. Does Elba want to be Bond or not? Because if he does, I'm all for that.
I'm cool with that too. Some people or some racist people obviously don't want him to be Bond, which is stupid and utterly retarded. But I would take him as Bond in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and all of you that still really like Daniel Craig and want him to keep doing it, did you really watch Spectre? He didn't want to be there, and he said he didn't want to be there. So and I thought the way that ended, he's done. Okay. So that was our thoughts on Dark Tower. Again, this is my friend Nick. He'll be with me sometimes. How do you feel about this?
It's a good first video.
Please tell if you want to keep seeing him and if you like him. He'll be here every once in a while. We're still working kinks out, scheduling and stuff. But subscribe, comment. I'll see you next time. Woo!